What's up, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and none of the above? This is DL. What is this? 5 uploads one day? You know it. We can do it all. Anyways, back here with more KSL Season 4 content. This time we're skipping all the way to the playoffs. This is my semi-finals match against none other than Eon and the Belgian Weasels. It's the last season for that name, so hopefully we're going to see a pretty good send-off. And this was a quality game. I put a lot of thought into this. A lot of like the rest of my regular season games, I was kind of busy, so I just kind of have more straightforward things. I mean, I won a lot. I went like 9-2 in the regular season, finished #1 overall. But you know, we were cruising, we were chilling. This was a match we went all out for, to the point where I'm gonna show you some of my thoughts on the team building. Eon had a really scary team. You're going to see his 11 mons here. This is Z Victini and Z Braviary. Wait, no, it's not Z Victini, it's Z Mimikyu. And I've got them in sort of the order in which I expected them to come. As you could tell, I was a little off because Bronzong and Mimikyu both showed. But I was 100% confident these two are coming. Anyways, his team, he really didn't like his matchup, but I was kind of scared. Thing is, Toxapex kind of invalidates Mimikyu, and then it's really good against Lopunny and Braviary too. Like the main issue with Eon's team is he doesn't have any sustain. Like you look at his bulky Pokemon like Tentacruel or Bronzong, Silvally, none of them have recovery. I mean, sure, Lurantis and Braviary do, but they weren't really that good against my team. Well, Braviary was, but as an offensive mon, not defense. Yeah, Lurantis wasn't coming here. So he also his dark type was Greninja. So I felt he was going to be very scared and bring a Silvally Dark with Defog. Which, spoilers, that's what he brings. Because I thought he'd be pretty scared of Hoopa, knowing the kind of player Eon is. But Hoopa just felt kind of unnecessary. Like I considered bringing a Choice Scarf Hoopa with like a T-Wave, Dual Stab, Focus Blast, to hit a potential Silvally Dark. But I don't need to break his team. I don't need a wall breaker because he doesn't have walls. And I didn't really like the way Hoopa was pressured by potential things like U-Turn, Victini, Bug Buzz, Galvantula, maybe like a Scarf Braviary, Mega Lopunny outspeeds, Gran outspeeds, Mimikyu outspeeds. Yeah, I didn't love Hoopa's matchup. It was definitely one I considered. But yeah, like looking at my team, my Dark type is a Hoopa, and my Steel type is a Togedemaru, and then Hoopa's also my Psychic. So I don't have the best Psychic resist, so I definitely expected a special Victini with Psychic, Glaciate, Blue Flare, and I thought the last move would be U-Turn, because this would give him the best chance of A, breaking through Toxapex, B, spamming Psychic through my team, and also getting through Gliscor, since Gliscor is really good against physical Victini. Rhyperior was 100% coming. It's really annoying for Talonflame and Togedemaru, who otherwise have pretty good matchups against him, and it's really able to threaten my defensive core with Earthquake, hitting Pex, and Ice Punch hitting Gliscor. I can see why he was very concerned about Clefable, but I'll get into the reasons why I didn't opt to bring it, though it was definitely like the 7th mon, like the next mon I was considering bringing. I was really worried about a Sticky Web 3-attacks Life Orb Galvantula. Hidden Power Ice, Bug Buzz, Thunder, like hits everything on my team, bar Togedemaru, and he can just Sticky Web on it. Sticky Web was really threatening because it made it hard for me and Shao in particular to revenge kill things like Mega Lopunny or potentially like a Scarf Victini. Banded Braviary looked really good against my team, in my opinion. Since Banded, Brave Bird, 2-hit KOs, Fizz-Def Gliscor, Fizz-Def Pex, Fizz-Def Clefable, and U-Turn would have been able to threaten Hoopa, though that is a speed tie. But he said he didn't opt to bring it. because he didn't like its speed tier, which is understandable. But it was definitely a threat that I had to consider. We already talked about this. Mega Lopunny, I was pretty certain on what set he was going to bring. Pex, Toxapex is a passive Pokemon, they say, but it's hard to set up on because Haze. But what it does give in Draft League format is Substitute. So I was expecting a Substitute Power Up Punch return. I mean, he doesn't really need any stronger fighting move, because all it would really be for is Togedemaru, and like Toge like drops to +1 Power Up Punch. Megalop's strong, and Togedemaru is not the thickest boy in the world. I thought its last move would be Ice Punch to threaten Gliscor, because Gliscor looked really good against this team. And then other things you can consider. I mean, Tentacruel could come, but I wasn't really concerned about it. Gren, Spikes can be really annoying for my team. And potentially like a spec set could be annoying if you like Dark Pulse flinches my Pex. Mimikyu I didn't think would come because it's so easily checked by Pex. And Bronzong, like I didn't really think it had a great matchup, though I could see why he did end up bringing it because of some of the things it kept in check, like Chinchino, Fire Moveless, Talonflame, yeah, or Clefable as well. No, I thought it had really big 4 move slot syndrome, and I felt that if he did bring Bronzong, it would be to free up Rhyperior from having run Stealth Rocks, so you'd be able to run a more offensive set like Choice Band, or Rhyperior was a Z captain, so I thought Groundium or Icium was actually a pretty viable option for him, like a 3 attacks Rock Polish set, or even SD would be able to break my team really effectively. So I was really considering like offensive Rhyperior as a pretty big threat. Is that team preview? I was kind of surprised you brought Mimikyu, but I have like Fizdef, Haze, Pex, Mold Breaker, Druddigon. Yeah, we'll go over my team, right? So Toxapex has Toxic Spikes to sort of slowly whittle his team down. He doesn't have any sustain, so this is going to be really good. Just getting up 1 layer. Scald, Haze, Recover, pretty standard. This spread allows me to live 1 Spec Psychic from Victini and avoid a 2-hit KO from Scarf, Bolt Strike from Physical Victini. This is a really cool set, especially defensive with the 50% berry. I brought Mago Berry specifically in case he was Trick Bronzong with a minus speed nature. Try to confuse him. Yeah, Mold Breaker really nice for hitting Bronzong with Earthquake through Levitate and hitting Mimikyu through Disguise. Dragon Tail was really nice for phasing. Earthquake really nice. Yeah, Bronzong especially. Also hits Victini, which this was designed to help my matchup against a potential Specs Victini. So a really nice Stealth Rocker here, doesn't really need many more moves. I was actually able to fit Sucker Punch on, which was pretty nice to try to check Victini with some strong, super effective priority move. Mienshao, I thought had a really nice matchup. He didn't have the best fighting checks. His bug type is not very thick. His flying type takes neutral. His poison type has a terrible matchup and hates being knocked off. His bulky psychic takes neutral. Mimikyu's good against it, and Victini can take a couple. But if I can get like rocks up and start wearing this thing down, wearing it down with T-Spikes, like Scarf High Jump Kick can really clean up. And I went for Regenerator in case he opted for a different sort of Mega Lopunny set, like a a Power Punch Quick Attack set. Because if this thing got worn down and put in range of +1 Quick Attack, Mega Lopunny could easily sweep my team. And yeah, so Regenerator may be a lot less scared to click High Jump Kick if he has things like Mimikyu around, because he gains less from that then. Alright, so these are pretty standard sets. This is pretty cool though, it took him off guard. But here we got the heat. Fizdef, Curse, Gliscor, Earthquake, Roost, Curse. I went with Facade because I valued the extra damage on Braviary, particularly the possibility for him to be something like Flyinium or Normalium Z. But Knockoff would have been pretty nice as well. to hit Bronzong, but I really didn't think he would bring Bronzong. Or if he did, I wasn't really concerned about it. And at +1, this thing actually chews Ice Punches, like Max Attack Adamant Rhyperior, or like choose Ice Punches from Mega Lopunny. So like SD looked pretty threatening, but the main issue was it was easily revenge killed. And with the curse, I'm able to avoid being revenge killed by things like Lop, things like well, Rhyperior wouldn't come in to revenge me, or things like Physical Victini, Banded Braviary. Like none of those would really be able to take me on. Next set is Talonflame. I mostly brought this because of the threat of Sticky Web Galvantula, because I needed a defogger, and I didn't want to have to run defog on my Gliscor because I wanted to run this curse set. But this thing is like walled all the way by Rhyperior, except I have Z Solar Beam to try to lure that, but I'm not able to fit a fire move for Bronzong. And then Togedemaru is really nice glue for the team. Sturdy is really nice to sort of stop a potential sweep, since he has quite a few sweeping threats. This gives me a key Psychic resist, which I need, otherwise Specs Victini just kind of runs through my team. Spiky Shield's also really nice for scouting for certain things, racking up damage on things like potential Lop, High Jump Kick, or Return, or Victini U-turn. Wish just to get me back up. Zingzap hit most of his team pretty well, but Super Fang is really nice, especially since his walls didn't have recovery. Just taking things like Rhyperior, or Bronzong, or Tentacruel, or like Silvally down to half health, like half of their current health, just seemed invaluable. And really made Togedemaru kind of difficult for him to deal with. Yeah, on the bench, I did consider Rocky Helmet Dredagon, but it just seemed superfluous with my Fizz-Def Pex and Gliscor, and Special Victini just looked too threatening. And then I considered Clefable, but I ended up putting Togedemaru over Clefable mostly because of the threat of an offensive Galvantula and Banded Braviary, because this gives me another electric immunity that's not 4 times weak to Hidden Power Ice, and also a normal and flying resistance, especially that 4 times flying resist. It's really nice if he's like a choiced Braviary. Yeah, and Spectre Victini is just too good. So I really liked the 6. I was really excited about the Gliscor set. The Talonflame set, like I was running through scenarios, it seemed like it might be a little hard to pull off, but I might be able to. But I felt forced to bring it because of the threat of Web's Galvantula. And then Togedemaru, I thought, could put in some pretty nice work here. So team preview, yeah, I saw Bronzong, so I thought Banded Rhyperior. And in my head, I had been like planning on leading Mienshao, expecting like a Galvantula lead. I probably shouldn't have opted for that because Rhyperior's a pretty nice lead since nothing on my team really loves dealing with it at full health. Yeah, I'm expecting this to be Steel Volley Dark with Defog, Sub Power Up Punch, and Mimikyu only really has one set. Or at least Eon's only ran one. So we're going to go for this. U-turn, yeah, he surprised no Hoopa. Jamesy, who helped Eon build, surprised no Clef. This tells me some information. Him saying this just confirms my theory that this is Silvally Dark. Yeah. So this U-turn tells me that this is probably like max HP, maybe no defense. This should have kept me off that this is not Choice Band, but if this is Choice Band and I go Gliscor and he clicks Ice Punch, I lose the game. If I go Pex and he clicks Banded Earthquake, I lose the game right then and there. So I predict him to go for Ice Punch or Earthquake here. Or but Stealth Rock obviously is a possibility. So I go hard Talonflame. Talonflame with Bronzong being here and Rhyperior, this Pokemon is completely expendable. I don't have Flare Blitz to hit this, and my only way of touching this is the Solar Beam. I do not care about this Pokemon. I am playing this Mon for the information game. A lot of people were kind of like wondering what I was doing, but like I did not value Talonflame in this matchup. Like Galvantula is not here. I do not need this Mon. Like the rest of my 5 can win. So here, It's kind of tricky because it's fishy that I bring in Talonflame hard on Rhyperior. Like, it probably seems obvious I'm going to go for Z Solar Beam. But on the other hand, um, if he expected me to be concerned about Banded Rhyperior, she does reveal himself to be leftovers here in just a sec. Then maybe he understands this as a defensive play. In hindsight, I should have defogged here. But he's going to scout for the Solar Beam. Yeah, so this is going to do not very much. But I do get some information out of this turn from the Z Solar Beam. I didn't really calc what his defenses were like, which I probably should have. But it reveals that he's not leftovers, so that's some good information. And here I am going to defog away these rocks. So he's going to go Rhyperior. But I think he's just going to set them right back up. Yeah. If I get in Pex, he does not bring the Tentacruel, and his most likely defogger, his only defogger is Silvally, so Toxic Spikes are super valuable against this team. Like, T-Spikes are better for me than Rocks are for him, despite me having Talonflame. Here, so he revealed to be Rocks on Rhyperior, not offensive Rhyperior. So I am concerned, I'm wondering, what is this Bronzong set if he didn't bring it for Stealth Rocks? And what I'm thinking here is that this is going to be a trick set. Because if you can trick something like Specs or Scarf to like Toxapex or Gliscor, that could be terrible. So I go Talonflame, again playing the information game, knowing like I can live some hits from this. Like if he goes for Earthquake, like Toxic, I don't really care. And like this was my Z Captain, so he can't trick me. So he's gonna go for Psychic. This is going to reveal that he is uninvested. But he gets this Spadef drop, which is kind of annoying because I could have roosted up on this. But I'm just going to Brave Bird for some damage and die. So he goes for another Psychic. Here, I know he's uninvested, so he can't really threaten my Druddigon too well. And I'm going to take this as an opportunity to get up my rocks. In hindsight, like I knew he was going Silvally Dark. Now, I stand by my play here. I know he's going Silvally Dark because he wants to get rid of this T-Spike, and he wants to get rid of the obvious Stealth Rock. But in my head, I'm going, well, I just wear this thing down. I 1v1 this thing because it's poisoned. And I just spam rocks until this thing dies. Because rocks is what stops Victini from owning my team. Like, I'm identifying this Victini and this Rhyperior is like the two biggest threats to my team. So he's going to defog. Just gets rid of his rocks, which are kind of nice too. But he's just taking poison. I'm getting up my rocks just because I have more rocks than he has defog. I'm going to Earthquake here, expecting him to spam defog. Just trying to speed up this process, expedite it, get some damage to scout his set. And this is going to reveal that he is less than max HP, which is interesting. Because I'm thinking, wait, he has attack investment then, if he's not. Because I'm expecting enough speed for Hoopa, and then probably like just the rest in bulk. But he didn't do that, so I'm wondering what his attacks might be. So it's going to keep me a little wary. As I'm going to click rocks again, but he's going to reveal the rest. And this is really good prep because it stops him from insta-losing to T-Spikes. It's also really annoying for my team. Because if this didn't have rest, then I just kept clicking rocks, I get up T-Spike with Toxapex, and I just win the game. But instead, I can't just whittle him because this thing has recovery. So I have my rocks up here. And I guess this turn is where I figure out whether or not he has Sleep Talk. And he is going to reveal it, and he's going to pull Defog, which is annoying. I'm going to predict him to not go hard Mimikyu, because he really only has one shot to pull off things with Mimikyu. I'm going to go for the high jump kick. Just 45. Just good damage. I think this reveals to be Fizz Def Bronzong, based on this damage. He's going to reveal Iapapa Berry, which is kind of annoying, since he's now back up to 75. But I know it's item, I know it's not going to trick me now, so that's pretty cool. So I just go into my Pex, which walls this forever. As you can see, the Spike did a whole 43. He needed a Spadef drop in order to break through me. I'm just going to get my T-Spike. he shows Recycle. I'm like, oh boy. Like, on the one hand, he has Recovery again, but on the other hand, he's going to take more damage from my Manshow's knockoff, so it's not the end of the world. Here, I want to Scald and Burn him to, like, slowly whittle him down. Nothing on his team really wants to switch into Scald bar Silvally Dark, which my Pex, I'm pretty sure 1v1s from PP stalling this. Let's see, he's just going to click Psychic. And here, oh yeah, I outspeed him, which, yeah, Pex naturally outspeeds Bronzong, but he's probably a minus speed nature, I'm thinking. I mean, I've won all these speed ties, so I'm confident I'm faster. Like, all these potential speed ties. I'm outspeeding him every turn. So I'm just going for Recover, and I want to switch into something else when Bronzong is low enough that I can kill it with another Mon, but without it being in range of its berry. So here I'm going into my Spadef Druddigon, and we take a whole 17 from Psychic. That's a neutral attack. And I'm just going to go for the Earthquake here after some thought. And Bronzong goes down, which is really nice for my Gliscor. And yeah, just this thing being gone is pretty nice. So he's going to bring this back out to defog. So I go Togedemaru because I calc, based on his bulk, that if I Super Fang him and get him down to 50, then 2 Zing Zaps should be able to kill him. And if I can eliminate his defogger, then Toxic Spike should just be a win condition. He's going to Sleep Talk Rest. It's whatever. He's going to defog this turn. I'm going to Super Fang. And then this turn, I'm going to predict him to rest again. And I'm going to go for another Super Fang. But we get a pretty big miss here, which is unfortunate. So I decide to take this as an opportunity to wish up and get my Druddigon healthy. So he's Sleep Talking, which is interesting. I'm thinking his last move's Parting Shot. But this turn, he's going to Sleep Talk and actually get the U-turn. But it's okay because Druddigon's back at full without having to eat his berry. So this is very important for keeping Victini in check. I still have, yeah, both my answers to Victini alive and at full. So I'm going to go Gliscor. I know he's not Bandit, so I'm not really too scared. Yeah, I know he's not Z either. It's definitely Z Mimikyu. And it's definitely Ghost Yib too, because that's his only way of getting through Pex. So we're going to activate the Toxic Orb, which is pretty nice. And here we're going to reveal Curse. And this is kind of the revealing moment of the match. Because we took a whole 46 at +1, because we're max Fizz Def. Yeah, the chat went wild here. They did not expect this. Eon was like, this is amazing prep. I did not expect max Fizz Def effing Karst Gliscor. This is a really strong win con because it's able to beat all 4 of these Pokemon. Because he's revealed his Silvally is an Ice Beam, which he could have had as his last move. So I know my Gliscor beats it. I'll beat Lop. I'll beat Rhyperior. I'll beat Mimikyu. Just leaves his Victini to be scouted. If it's physical Victini, then Gliscor just wins right now. But I'm expecting him to be special. I Earthquake here for damage. So he's going to Ice Punch. And here I am forced to Roost, and he understands this and goes into his Victini. But yeah, I'm nice and healthy here. Here I'm going to predict a Glaciate. And my Pex should live a Spec Psychic, I believe. I don't think he's going for Psychic here. I mean, it's a risky play, but I went for it. So he's going to go for the Glaciate, and he's going to be able to be Life Orb. So this means he's going to have a harder time picking up kills. It means he's going to wear himself down, but it also means it's going to be harder to pivot around it, since he won't be choice locked into a move. As you can see, I have Pex and Togue to come in on Glaciate. I have Druddigon and Pex to come in on Blue Flare. I have Togedemaru to come in on Psychic, but he won't be locked into anything. But the Life Orb is going to have the very negative effect of him killing himself. So here I'm going to predict a Psychic and go into my Spadef Togedemaru. Take a nice 29. We just Spiky Shield Healer, scout for what he wants to do, get some more leftovers, and he does reveal the blue flare. And here I expect him to go for that again, so I go to my Dredagon, which resists. And we get Haxed because he burns me. And this is very annoying, because if this Dredagon is not burned, then it's not being chipped down 6% each turn, and it poses a much greater offensive threat to the Victini, the Rhyperior, the Savali. Yeah, this sucks. Yeah, so I'm going to get my rocks, expecting him to switch. And I'm going to my Pex because I know my Pex should be able to beat this 1v1. And here, I need to get up my T-Spike. And another one of the really nice things about T-Spike is it would stop Substitute Love Honey from running through my team. But he makes the risky play but good read of going Lop Honey, Mega Lop on my T-Spike. If I had scalded and burned him, this would have been terrible for him. But I'm definitely expecting a sub power-up punch set. So I'm just going to go for Scalds. And I don't know, I've been trying to figure out like if this is if I had crit one of these subs, it would have been amazing because this Pex could have like lived this engagement. But basically, I want to make it so that there's no scenario in which he has a substitute up, so that my Mienshao, my Scarf Mienshao, can revenge kill it. So unfortunately, Pex goes down, which leaves me very weak to Mimikyu. But my Gliscor is very healthy, so I need to make sure that this stays alive, or and then my Mienshao should outspeed. So I still have some counterplay, but he's up in the number of mons right now. So I go my Mienshao. I figured he'll probably sack this because he'll know I'm Scarf and feel safe going into Mimikyu. But the nice thing is he will be poisoned, which will help whittle him down. And I have no play but going hard Gliscor here. He gets the free SD since I blocked into a fighting move. And here I'm predicting him to keep SD because at +4 his Z move still doesn't do enough. I'm going to curse up. So I'm boosting up beside him. And here I calc that if he Z moves here and then I curse after my poison heal and then being +2, his +4 play rough would not be able to kill me at that range, and I would be able to roost and then have successfully beaten this Mimikyu. So I'm going to curse again as he SDs, and he is now at +6, so he can't boost any higher. And this poison is really nice because it means that he's getting whittled down, and I'm able to just roost here on the Z move because he can't boost any higher. So he will go for the Never-Ending Nightmare, which I live pretty comfortably. I roost, and this Mimikyu has lost. So thank God I'm not getting swept by Mimikyu today. This was the MVP of the league. I Earthquake to break the disguise, not that it really matters. Yeah, I'm going to roost here, and then he's going to go Victini on a predicted another roost. But that's okay, because Victini is now poisoned as well. Between Poison and Life Orb, this thing shouldn't have enough turns, enough attacks left in it to kill my whole team. The burn actually works in my favor here, because I'm able to pop my 50% berry. And I imagine at this point he's like, oh god, yeah, GG. And at this point his Victini is low enough that barring any misses, once Mimikyu goes down, Scarf High Jump Kick should clean up. So I'm going to Dragon Tail here, expecting the Savali to come in. And we drag out Mimikyu, which is nice because we get another poison turn. I expect him just to play rough, so I got a stun on him and pull out the Sucker Punch. And yeah, Mienshao wins bar any hacks here. Yeah, I'm going to go Gliscor, and I just spam Roost because the only scenario in which he wins, since his Victini doesn't have enough turns to kill the rest of my Pokemon. When Victini dies, Gliscor wins. But the only way he wins is he needs both Mienshao to miss a high jump kick, and then he needs to crit this Gliscor. And since he's poisoned, if I just spam Roost, I live even a crit. So I'll just keep going for that. You see the T-Spikes are just destroying his team. So I go Togedemaru on the Glaciate here. He takes Life Orb, he takes Poison. I Spiky Shield because he'll die to Poison if he stays in. But no, I don't. I Super Fang because if he attacks me, then Victini will die to Life Orb's recoil. And if he switches out, then I want to Super Fang. So either way, like, I win the game. So I Super Fang here on the Rhyperior. And then I'm just going to Spiky Shield here for more damage. So he goes into Silvally. But it's okay because I know my Togue can 1v1 this. So I just go for a... no, I go for a Wish here. Not the best play. But it's okay. It doesn't really matter. This game is basically wrapped up because Victini only has one attack left in it. Pass the Roost into here. Yeah, so I lived if he had crit me, then the Wish would have come in handy, I guess. Yeah, he's going to drop to Earthquake here. I'm just going to make this game last the shortest amount of time as possible. If I go Mienshao here, and he attacks, he dies. If I go Mienshao here, he goes Silvally, I click High Jump Kick, and he loses a Pokemon. And loses. Anyways, he's going to Spite Hydra, and end it on turn 70 instead of turn 69. Yeah, I switched Mienshao in on the Psychic, Victini died to Life Orb, and Gliscor wins. Karst Gliscor puts me in the finals. What a match. GG's to Eon. Good prep. This was a good one.